This is Radhika. I'm going to give a video lecture on electrical engineering and electronic devices, subject code 18EE 205C. In this, today we are going to discuss about electrostatics. So, actually, what is the electrostatics? So, it is the static electricity, the branch of electrical engineering which deals with the static electricity is called electrostatics. So in this we are going to discuss about Coulomb's Coulomb's law of electrostatics, absolute and relative permittivity, and we have we have going to solve few problems. So these are the main objectives of today's class: static electricity, Coulomb's law of electrostatics, permittivity, absolute permittivity, relative permittivity. Okay, so first we go for introduction. Actually, which subject means this topic in electrostats, static current, electricity deals with electricity in motion, that is when electrons move from one point of a circuit to another. The branch of electricity which deals with the flow of electrons. Flow of electrons means nothing but is the current. So that branch is known as current electricity. So the branch of electricity which deals with the flow of electrons is known as electric current. So in this static electricity, in which two charged bodies are separated by some insulating medium, and the charge remains stationary on the body. The branch of electrical engineering which deals with the static electricity is known as electrostats. So the current electricity deals with the behavior of charge in motion, but the static electricity means electrostatics. Static electricity means electrostats. This deals with the behavior of charge at the rest. Hence, electrostats is a branch that deals with the phenomenon and the properties of stationary electric charges with no acceleration. So, electrostatics phenomenon arise from the force that electric charges exert on each other. Such forces are described by Coulomb's law. The static electricity is used in the development of highlighting rods and capacitors. So here actually what is the charge? What is the charge? So normally every body is made up of small particles called atoms, and the atom is in general electricity nature. In nature, the aggregate of positive charge is exactly equal to the aggregate of negative charge. However, if some negatively charged electrons are removed from the body, then it is left with excess of positive charge, and the body is said to be positively charged. On the other hand, if some negatively charged electrons are added to it, then it is left with excess of negative charge, and the body is said to be negatively charged. The total deficiency or excess of electrons in a body is called its charge. If two positive charged bodies are connected together a conductor, electrons will flow from the negative charge means excess of electrons to the positive charge means deficiency of electrons. This flow of electrons is called electric current. The electric current will continue to flow as long as excess and deficiency of electrons exist in the bodies. The branch of electrical engineering which deals with the flow of electrons, that is the current, is called current electricity. In current electricity, the electrical energy can be transferred from one point to another point. Suppose the charged bodies are separated by some insulating medium, then the electrons do not move but remain static or stationary in the bodies. This is called static electricity. The branch of electrical engineering which deals with static electricity is called electrostatics. Static charge has effects, its own effects, laws which are different from the laws of moving charge. It is normally observed that while taking off terylene or nylon cloth, a cracking sound is produced. Similarly, a cracking sound is also produced when dry hair is combed with a comb. This phenomenon is due to the fact that synthetic clothes and the comb are strongly electrified due to friction. In general, when a particular body is rubbed with another body, electric charge is produced. For example, when a glass rod is rubbed with silk, the glass rod becomes charged. Similarly, when ebonite rod is rubbed with fur, it gets charged. In fact, when two bodies are rubbed together, a redistribution of electrons takes place. The body which loses electrons become positively charged, while the body which received electrons becomes negatively charged. Experiments have proved that when two glass rods, both positively charged, mean rubber with silk, are brought near each other, they repel each other. Similarly, when two ebonite rods, both negatively charged, rubbed with fur, are brought near each other, they repel each other. Hence, this experiment shown clearly that the bodies charged with like charges repel when brought near each other. When the positively charged glass rod is brought near the negatively charged ebonite rod, it is observed that they attract each other. This experiment shows clearly that the bodies charged with unlike charges attract each other. So we have experiments on electrostatics. So in this Charlie Augustin de Coulomb performed a series of experiments on electrostats. He concluded his experiments and gave the quantities law governing the force between charged bodies. When a charged body is suspended by an insulating thread, it produces an electric field in space all around it. When another charged body is brought near to it, the second body will be acted on by a force that causes it to move towards or away from first body. Depends on charges on the bodies. If two bodies have same positive or negative charge, the force of repulsion exists between them. On the other hand, if both bodies have opposite charges, means positive and negative, then a force of attraction exists between them. Thus, we find that the space around a charge is always under stress and experiences a force on another charge when placed there. The space or region in which the stress exists is called the electric or dielectric or electrostatic field. The stress in the space is represented by the line of force. Here are the properties of the charge. So, the properties of lines of force. The lines of force are emanating from positive charge and end on negative charge. The lines of force of same direction repel each other, but lines of force of opposite direction attract each other. The direction of lines of force at any point is always normal to the surface of the body. So, actually, what is electricity? Charge which is at rest is called static electricity. The study of the behavior of static electricity is called electrostatics. Conduct A and B are connected across a battery. Charges will be accumulated on A and B as there is no connection between A and B. The charges on A and B are known as static electricity. So here types of charges, positive charge and negative charge. So positive charge is if number of electrons in an object are less than the number of protons, then the object is said to be positively charged object. Negative charge, if number of electrons of in a objective are more than number of protons, then the object is said to be negatively charged object. So positive charge, when two objects are rubbed together, electrons are removed from surface atom. One of the object will lose the electrons. This object possesses more protons than electrons. The object is said to be positive charge. Negative charge, one of the other object will gain electrons. This object possesses more electrons than protons. The object is said to be negative charge. Next we go for Coulomb's law of electrostatics. So here we have positive charge and negative charge. So here Charles Augustin de Coulomb performed a series of experiments in sum up his experiments and established two laws known as Coulomb's laws of electrostatics. So first law, Coulomb's first law. So this law relates to the nature of force between two charged bodies. It states that like charges repel each other, whereas unlike charges attract each other. If two bodies like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. If two bodies having same charge, positive or negative, brought near to each other, then there exists a force of repulsion. Similarly, when two bodies having opposite charges, positive and negative, are brought near to each other, there exists a force of attraction. So here just you can observe the diagram. Unlike charges attract and like charges will be repels. So Coulomb's second law. This law gives the magnitude of force between two charged bodies. It states that the force of attraction or repulsion between any two charged bodies. So the force is directly proportional to the product of their charges, and also it inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, and also it depends on the nature of the medium between them. Thus, electrostatic force F between the two charged bodies Q1 and Q2 placed at a distance of d small d meter apart. Just you can observe in diagram. So Q1 and Q2 charges, the distance between Q1 and Q2d, here it is the relative permittivity. Here Q1 and Q2 are the charges of two objectives in coulombs. D is the distance between the objectives in meters. F is the force attractive or repulsive between them in newtons. Epsilon r is the relative permittivity of the medium. So this is the force of attraction. Same charges repels, opposite charges attracts. So force of repulsion and force of attraction of two charges. So here F is equal to Q1 Q2 by d square. F is directly proportional to Q1 Q2 by d square. So F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by d square. Here K is the constant value that is equal to K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r. K F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by d square. Here K is equal to 1 by 4 pi. So here epsilon is equal to permittivity of surrounding medium. Epsilon is the permittivity of the surrounding medium, and epsilon is equal to epsilon r into epsilon naught farad per meter. Units is farad per meter. Here epsilon naught is called absolute permittivity of free space or air. That value is 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farad per meter. So this is the value is constant value, and here epsilon r is the relative permittivity of medium. Relative permittivity of the medium. So here the force between charges in any media is F is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon r into epsilon naught into d square. So the force between charges in air epsilon r is equal to 1. Epsilon naught is equal to 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farad per meter. So that is equal to, finally F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into Q1 Q2 by d square newtons. So this is the Coulomb's second law. So here the second law is the force will be directly proportional to the product of their charges is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. It depends on the nature of the medium between them. Thus, electrostatic force F between the two charges Q1 and Q2 placed at a distance d meter apart. So, that is equal to F directly proportional to Q1 Q2 by d square. So, that is equal to F equal to K into Q1 Q2 by d square. So, here where K is the constant of proportionality and depends upon the nature of the medium in which the charges are placed and the system of units employed. In SI system of units, the force is measured in Newton, charge in coulombs, distance in meters, and the value of K is given by K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r. Here epsilon naught is equal to absolute permittivity of vacuum or air or free space. Its value is 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farads per meter. Epsilon r is equal to relative permittivity of the medium in which the charges are placed. Its value is different for different media. Its value is 1 for air or vacuum or free space. K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r into Q1 Q2 by d square. So K is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r d square. So here finally 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r is equal to, after substitution of epsilon naught and epsilon r in A, that will be, we will get F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 into Q1 Q2 by d square. So this is the Coulomb's second law. The Coulomb's second law. So here up to here we discussed Coulomb's first law and second law. So next we go for unit charge. So actually what is the unit charge? The unit of charge means 1 coulomb. The unit charge is 1 coulomb. Can be defined from Coulomb's second law of electrostatics. According to Coulomb's second law, the force exerted between two charges placed in air is given by F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Q1 Q2 by d square newtons. So here Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q, d is equal to 1 meter, F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of minus 9 Newton. Then 9 into 10 to the power of 9 is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into Q1 Q2 means Q into Q by 1 square Newton. That is equal to Q square is equal to 1. So that time Q is equal to plus or minus 1 means 1 coulomb. So here if q1 and q2 is equal to 1 coulomb. So that is the called unit charge. Here d is equal to 1 meter. So then F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 newtons. 1 coulomb of charge is defined as the charge which, when placed in free space or vacuum from an equal and opposite charge at a distance of 1 meter, attracts or repels with a force of 9 into 10 to the power of 9 newton. So this is the unit charge. Next we go for permittivity. So actually what is the permittivity? The permittivity is the property of a medium that affects the magnitude of force between two charges. Every charge placed in a medium liberates electrostatic flux through the medium. Permittivity is the property of a medium that affects the magnitude of force between two charges. Every charge placed in a medium liberates electrostatic flux through the medium. This flux affects the magnitude of force between charges. Some media focuses this flux more strongly. This property of medium to focus electrostatic flux, which affects the magnitude of force between two charges, is called permittivity. The greater is the permittivity of a medium, the lesser the force between charged bodies placed in it. Each medium has two permittivities. So, absolute permittivity and relative permittivity. So, the property of the media through which it allows dielectric lines of flux to pass through it is called permittivity. The ratio of electric flux density d to the field intensity E at a point is also called as permittivity, means E is equal to d by E. So the permittivity, it plays an important role in electrostatic phenomena. The greater the permittivity of the medium, the lesser the force between the charged bodies. So here the formula is epsilon is equal to epsilon r epsilon naught farad per meter, or E is equal to epsilon is equal to d by E. D by E. D means so here D means electric flux density, E means electric field strength. So here the permittivity of the any medium are two types. So first one, absolute permittivity and relative permittivity. Here the formula is epsilon is equal to epsilon r and epsilon naught. Epsilon r means relative permittivity, epsilon naught means absolute permittivity, farad per meter. So farad per meter is the units for permittivity. So here we go for absolute permittivity. So here absolute permittivity is the absolute permittivity means actual permittivity of the medium. So here it denotes by Greek letter epsilon naught, and it is measured in farad per meter. The absolute permittivity of air or vacuum is denoted by epsilon naught and is equal to 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farad per meter. The absolute permittivity of any other medium is more than epsilon naught. If relative permittivity as compared to vacuum is epsilon r, then absolute permittivity of a medium is given by epsilon is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r farad per meter. That is equal to epsilon naught is equal to epsilon by epsilon r, or epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught farad per meter. Here epsilon naught is equal to 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter. Next, relative permittivity. So, it is defined as the ratio of the permittivity of two medium permittivity of any medium to the absolute permittivity epsilon naught of the air or vacuum. It is denoted by the symbol epsilon r and has no units. Relative permittivity epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught. The relative permittivity of a medium is measured with respect to the permittivity of vacuum or air. It has got different values for different mediums. The relative permittivity of vacuum or air with respect to itself is 1, that is epsilon r is equal to 1. Its value is 2 to 3 for paper, 3 to 7 for mica, 5 to 10 for glass, 80 to 82 per paper. So, this is the value of relative permittivities for different materials. So, here the ratio of permittivity of any medium to that of absolute permittivity epsilon naught of air or vacuum is called relative permittivity. The relative permittivity of vacuum with reference to it self is the unity. The relative permittivity of vacuum with reference to itself is unity. Epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught that is equal to epsilon naught absolute epsilon by absolute epsilon that is equal to 1 for vacuum. So, here relative permittivity of different materials. The relative permittivity is different for different materials. So, name of the material is air. For air, relative permittivity is 1. For glass, relative permittivity is 5 to 12. For mica, relative permittivity is 5.7 to 6.7. For wood, relative permittivity is 2.5 to 6.8. For paper, relative permittivity is 1.8 to 2.6. So, these are the different relative permittive values for different materials. So, here based on Coulomb's law of electrostatics, we have few problems. So, in this we go for first problem. Two balls having charges one double the other are placed at a distance of 0.5 meter apart in air. If the repulsive force between the balls is 2.75 newtons, determine the charge on each unit. Two balls having charges one double the other are placed at a distance of 0.5 meters apart in air. The medium is air. The if the repulse if the repulsive force between the balls is 2.75 Newton, determine the charge on each unit. So here the given data is Q1 is equal to Q, Q2 is equal to Q2 to Q. Q1 is equal to normal Q, Q2 is equal to, it will be double the other. So Q2 is equal to 2Q. D, small d, distance between two charges is 0.5 meters, and the media is air, so that is epsilon r is equal to 1. Here F is equal to 2.75 Newton. Determine the charge on each unit. You can find out the Q1 and Q2. So here the charge Q1 and Q2 force, same charges will be repels. So F is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r d square newtons. So we can substitute the values. F is equal to 2.75 is equal to Q1 Q2 as usual, because we are going to solve the value of Q1 and Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught means 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 into d means d square 0.5 whole square, epsilon r is equal to 1 because the medium is air. So here Q1 Q2 means Q into 2Q. Okay, so that will be Q square by 2 into 2.75 into 4 pi into 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 into 0.5 whole square by 2. Here after calculation of this part we will get 3.825 into 10 to the power of minus 11. So here after rooting this one, Q is equal to 6.184 coulomb. So here Q1 is equal to Q, that is equal to 6.184 coulomb. Q2 is equal to 2Q1. So that is equal to 2 into 6.184, that is 12.368 coulombs. So this is the answer for Q1 and Q2. So next we go for another problem. Here calculate the force on a unit positive charge at P on x axis whose coordinates are x is equal to 2 centimeter, y is equal to 0 due to the following two charges: a positive charge of 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb situated in air at the origin, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and a negative charge of minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb situated on the x axis, that x is equal to 1 meter, y is equal to 0. Given data means here calculate the force on unit positive charge. So calculate the force F in positive charge at point P. At point P we can calculate the force on at point P on x axis whose coordinates are x is equal to 2 meters and y is equal to 0. X is equal to 2 meters and y is equal to 0. That means P point. So, a positive charge of 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb situated in air at the origin x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So, x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. It has the 10 to the power of minus 9 coulombs. It has the positive charge. A negative charge of minus 2 into 10 to the power of 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb situated on the x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. It will be in 1 meter. This is the given data. So here q is equal to 1 into 10 to the power of minus 9. Q2 is equal to minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 9. So this is the diagram. It has the x-axis and y-axis. The value will be taken in x-axis only. So here x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. The value is 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb, and in 1 meter distance 2 into 10 to the power of minus 9 coulombs, and at point P 1 coulomb it has the 2 meters distance. So here from here the F1 force is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 q1 q2 by d square. So that is equal to, first we can calculate that the point P. So that is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into q is equal to 1 into 10 to the power of minus 9 by d square means 2 meters square. So after calculation of this one we will get 2.25 Newton. Attractive force on the unit positive charge at P to the negative charge is F2. So that is equal to, F2 is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into 1 into 2 into 2 into 10 to the power of minus 9 by 1 square, means it is the 1 is the distance and 2 into 10 to the power of 9 is the second point. 1 meter distance point. So calculation of this one, that is the F2 is the 18. F2 is the 18 Newton. So after that one, the net attractive force on unit positive charge at P is F. The net attractive force on unit positive charge at P is F. So F1 and F2 not in the same direction. So F is equal to F2 minus F1, that is equal to 18 minus 2.25. So that is equal to 15.75 Newton. So finally the force is acting on at point P, that is equal to 15.75 Newton. 15.75 Newton. So these are the these are the few problems in electrostatics. So these are the depends on Coulomb's laws of electrostatics. This is the summary. We have discussed about the permittivity, absolute permittivity, relative permittivity, and the we solved a few solved problems. Okay, now we have the few quiz questions. What is the unit of permittivity? What is the unit of permittivity? So that is, Newton is for force, Farad is for capacitor, meter is for distance. For permittivity is Farad per meter. Answer is D. Unit for permittivity is Farad per meter. Next is the relative permittivity of Ordinary glass, relative permittivity for ordinary glass is 2. So here we have the table form for all permittivities. So here the permittivity, different permittivities for different for air 2, for glass 5 to 12, for mica point, so 5.7 to 6.7, and wood 2.5 to 6.8, and paper 1.8 to 2.6. So class is 5 to 12, 5 to 12. So here that is almost 5 to 12 between means 8.45. So these are the frequently asked question. Define permittivity, and three identical point charges of plus 2 microcoulomb each are placed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle 10 centimeters apart. Calculate force on each charge. So these are the frequently asked questions. And also we have uh, more few questions, physics questions. uh, Unit of the charges, the charge is measured in coulombs, not in ampere will be measured. Ampere is unit for current, newton is unit for force, volt is unit for voltage. So charge unit is new coulomb. Next, like charges will be repel, opposite charges will be attracts. Next, the value of absolute permittivity of air is 1. The value of absolute permittivity of air is 1. So the absolute permittivity for different materials has different values. For air and for vacuum is 1. So this is the today topic. Next, we go for another topic. So after the calculation of problems, we have a lot of topics. Next one is the electrostatic field, and electric lines of force, and terms and definitions, electric field intensity or electric field strength. So these are the topics we'll go in next class. Thank you.